Hello guys, my name is Harshal Kumar Panchal and I will show you here how to design a seismic building by STEDPro. So firstly we start STEDPro and new project, just select space and here give a project file name. The file name is seismic G+6 design and here give the location. I already put the location, desktop, seismic G+6 design and STED file. And here select unit. My unit is in meter and force is in kilonewton. So next, here open structure wizard and finish it. So this window is open for my workspace. So what building I will design here, I will show you. In this PDF you can see this is the example of seismic analysis and design of a 6-story building. And see here the problem statement is a 6-story building for a commercial complex has planned dimension. In figure 1 the building is located in seismic zone 3 and on site with medium soil, and design the building for seismic load as per IS 1893 part 1 2002. So this is my building and this is the general notes for this building. And here the building plan is here. This is the typical floor plan. This one is typical floor plan, and this one is part section A. This is the section and this is the frame section. Here all the dimension given in frame section is in beam to beam distance of this beam, that is the ground floor beam distance to the plinth beam distance, same to first floor center line beam distance. So all the plan is in center to center distance. Here the example of this design data is given here. The live load, floor finish, waterproofing, terrace, and the location of where it is situated, and the type of soil here medium and type 2, and the bearing capacity is given here. The wall size is given here. So this one is this, and here some dimension is given for the column, main beam, ground beam, secondary beam and something. So we will design this building. So for this designing, firstly we model this building in STEDPro. So start the model. Here you can see the center to center distance is 7.5 meter in both the direction. So going to the STED file and just go to the geometry, select a node. Okay, then cut it. After selecting this node, just go to the floor plan, going to the node cursor. Here is the node cursor. Select the nodes and just go to the translation repeat. For the translation repeat, here you can see this is the positive x direction, here is positive z direction. So positive x direction, the distance is 7.5 and the step is 3. So link step and then OK. So here your x direction distance is here. Then select the beam cursor. From the beam cursor select all the beams and again go to the translation repeat and in z direction. In positive z direction the distance is 7.5 meter and the number of step is 3. Link step then OK. So this is the floor plan. Then you can see in the section, this is the plinth beam plan. Then below plinth beam is the 1.1 meter distance and above plinth beam is 4.1 meter, then 5 meter. So I will design here. Just go to the floor plan, node distance, select the nodes and go to the translation repeat. In the y direction below plinth beam is minus 1.1, link step then OK. So here you can see this is the link distance. Then for the above floor just select the floors. Okay. Beam cursor, select the floors. In the translation repeat, in the y direction the distance is 4.1, link step then OK. So here first floor plan is given. Then in the first floor plan you can see in the roof level, we can see here are the slab. So for the slab we will provide here a plates. So just select this floor plan, open floor plan, and then see here the add 4 node plate. So we will add here plates, this node and this node, this node. So for one plate is assigned here, and this plate also assigned for another blocks. So select the plate cursor, select this. From the plate cursor we select this plate, again go to the translation repeat in positive x direction. The distance is 7.5 meter, and the number of step, the 2 plate we required, then the 2 plate link step, and then OK. So here 2 plate again come, and then in z direction also go to the translation repeat. In the z direction the distance is 7.5 meter, the required plate is 2. So here 2 and link step, then OK. So here all the plate is assigned here. Then go to the section view, and the view all structure. So here you can see the plinth level plan. This is the plinth level plan. Then this is the ground floor roof level plan. Then just go to the geometry cursor and select all the geometry like beams and plates. Then again go to the translation repeat. For other 5 floors the distance is 5 meter and number of step is 5. Then we provide 5 step, link step, then OK. And here we model our building. So like this we model our building. Then how to check this building, it is correct or not? Then select the building, just go to the tools and check multiple structure. Here structure 1, then all our building is in one structure only. If our node is missing in some space, so here it will show structure number 2, then it will be wrong. So here structure 1 means all nodes are connected with our elements. So it is true, then close it. Then check for our small size member. So check duplicate member and small size member, just check duplicate. If duplicate node is there, then it will show in 0 tolerance. Same to same tools, check duplicate members, no duplicate members. Tools, check duplicate plates. So no duplicate plate is here. Then we provide our direction. Direction means कि our starting part of the element it is with origin. So for this we just go to the redefine incidence. After redefine, select this middle portion, set the incident order of the selected beam. So start node is closer to the origin, then end node, then please OK. Then go to the general and go to the support. Firstly we provide the support. So our support, firstly we create the support, the fixed support we created. Select this support, go to the section, select bottom nodes and provide these support in bottom nodes, then assign it. And our support will assign here. Then go to the properties. For the property, firstly we define our property. So for rectangle, suppose my beam is any size. Suppose my beam is in 3 cross 3. Then you can see the rectangle property, it will show here the 300 by 300. But in our this building floor plan, here some notes is given. Just see here, for all structure element M25 grade concrete will be used. However, higher M30 grade concrete is used for central column up to plinth in ground floor and first floor. So you can see here we use 2 different grade of concrete. So for these 2 different concrete grade, we define our material property like this. So firstly we check our data. So we can check our data, the size of the beam and column. So you can see here the 500 by 500 column, 600 by 600 column. Main beam and ground beam size is 300 by 600. The secondary beam size is 200 by 600. So we provide, and our slab thickness is 100 mm thick slab. So we firstly we define our concrete grade. So go to the STAAD editor, then save it. After going this STAAD editor, just go to the define material start. So our concrete grade is M30 first, then firstly go to the M30, just write M30 here, Then our compressive characteristic compressive strength of M30 grade concrete is 30,000 and our density of concrete is 25. So here provide 25. Then for M25 grade E, we just copy these all lines and paste here, just bottom of the here. And for M25 just write here 25 and the strength is 25,000. So strength is 25,000. Okay, then Control S, save it. After saving it, you can see here the define. In the define you can see here the 2 grade M concrete M30 concrete M25. So just give our size. Firstly, our column size is 600 by 600 mm for beneath the plinth beam. So 600 by 600, grade is M30. Second, 600 by 600 M25 for outer column. Edit. Then second is 500 by 500 above plinth beam. All the columns are size is this. For M30 it is this, and for M25 this. Okay. Then our beam size is 600 depth and 300 mm its width. 300 mm its width, and the grade of concrete is M25. Head, close it. For slab thickness, just go to thickness part. Here select the thickness. The 100 mm thick slab means 0.1 meter and grade is M25. Then edit and close. Okay. Then we provide our properties. So here the node is not visible. So just right click in your mouse and go to the labels. In label, the node point, just click it, apply and OK. So here you visible your nodes. Then just provide the properties of our selected view and select the beneath of plinth beam all columns. Then view selected object only, then plan. Just select it, select the columns, then assign it. For outer column the grade is M25, then select the outer columns. This one is the outer column. Select all the outer column and then assign it. Okay. Then go to the tools, view, all structure. Then up to first floor, our central column grade is M30. Then up to first floor we select the up to first floor columns. View selected object only. Then go to the top view. Then select the M30 grade concrete. Select, then we can see here the central column is this. Then assign it. Same for M25 grade. We just select our outer columns like this. This one is outer columns and assign it. Then concrete M25 grade. View all structure. Then all columns are grade of M25. Then select this one. Just select all other columns in the typical floors. 3D. Just assign it. Okay. Then for beam, our beam size is 300 by 600 mm. Then go to the select beam parallel to x axis. Select beam parallel to z axis. Sorry, something wrong. Select beam parallel to x axis. Select beam parallel to z axis. Here all beams are selected. Then assign it. Then going to the plate thickness. Then from plate cursor we just select all the plates and assign our thickness of plates. Okay. After this we assign all our properties here. For just check it ki if any plate is missing or something, then go to the missing select and missing is attributes and missing property. Here you can check no entity with missing property is found, then okay. After that, he going to the load and definition. In the load and definition, we just give the seismic definition first. In seismic definition, just add. Then after adding, here select the code IS 189 2002 2005. Just generate it. So here we can see from our PDF, the building is situated in, location is Vadodara city, type soil is second, medium, and our building is imported building. So here imported building, it is situated in Vadodara. Then select the Vadodara. Okay. Then after selecting this, you can see the zone factor is automatically here you can update. The soil is medium soil and the damping ratio is 5%. Then going to the generate. So all the data will be generated here. After generating, add it. Okay. Then add self-weight of the building is add. Close. After that, going to the load case detail. Just add. Firstly, load case, seismic load. So for the seismic, here write earthquake load in positive x direction and add it. Second case, earthquake load in minus x direction. Third is earthquake load in positive z direction. And fourth is earthquake load in minus z direction. Then fifth load case is dead load. So for dead load, here you write dead load. 8. For live load, just select the load type live load and select the title live load. 8. Close. For the earthquake load in positive x direction, just again go to the add and going to the seismic load. Here you can see the direction is x direction and factor is +1. So here add. Close. Second, earthquake load in minus x direction, then going to the seismic. Here you factor right -1 and going to the add. Third, in earthquake load in positive z direction, then going to the seismic. Z direction select, positive means +1, then add, close it. Earthquake load in minus z direction, then add it. Seismic load z direction, here it is -1, then add it. Just close. Then going to the dead load, we provide the dead load. So here dead load is the outer part of the building. The outer portion in the wall, it is fully walled. So for typical floor, the wall is the outer side. For ground floor, the wall is full from outer side and partially from the inner side. And here for roof, here it is parapet wall. So we can see the size. So here you can see in our load calculation. So here you can see in floor level, our floor height is 4.4 meter. It is the clear height of the wall. So our load is 21.6 kilonewton per meter. For ground floor wall, the height is 3.5 meter in outer side. So load is 17.2 kilonewton per meter. Ground floor wall of the middle side means middle main beam. So height is 0.7 meter. So load is 3.5. And for terrace or parapet, the height is 1 meter. So load is 4.9 kilonewton per meter. So firstly select the dead load, then add it. For adding, we just go to the member. Firstly select self weight. So self weight is in y direction, factor is -1. Then add it. Second one is the member load. So for member load, uniform load. For parapet is -4.9. For typical floor, wall load is -21.6. For ground floor, it is -17.2. And in the ground floor, in the middle portion, the height is 3.5 meter wall height. Okay. Then then go to the floor load. Floor load means the dead load on the floor. So we can see here in the dead load on the floor. So here you can see the floor finish, it is in dead. Waterproofing, it is also dead load. So we can see ki if in our terrace part we provide waterproofing and floor finish both, but in typical floor we just provide floor finish only. So in typical floor our floor finish is 1 kilonewton per meter square, and for terrace level the total dead load is 2 plus 1 is 3 kilonewton per meter square. So here we provide -1 for typical, just add it, and for terrace level it is -3, add it and close it. Okay, then here we see in our floor plan, here secondary beam is given. So for the secondary beam we not model the secondary beam, because in STAAD.Pro if we model this secondary beam then our main beam is divided into 3 parts and the design is not appropriate and load distribution is not appropriate for this one. So we can assume here कि in secondary beam we assume this secondary beam as a simply supported beam, and for this beam we calculate the dead load of this beam and then provide this dead load reaction in adjacent main beam. So here is the calculation for this one. The size of this beam is 200 by 500 mm and unit weight of the concrete is 25, and the length of this beam is 7.5. so reaction is total divided by 2, so 9.375 is the reaction. So in the dead load we provide these reactions. So add it, go to the member load, and here you can see concentrate force. Just provide the concentrate force minus 9.375. Here see you do two distance, the D1 and D2. So D1 is the origin to load distance. So origin to load distance is 2.5 meter, and D2 is the section width center distance. So section width center distance is 150 mm. Then add it. Then second load also going to in second part, that is 5 meter. Add it and close it. Now we provide live load. Add. So live load is, here you see 4 kilonewton per meter square at typical floor and 1.5 kilonewton per meter square on terrace. So here go to the floor load, 4 kilonewton per meter square for typical floor and minus 1.5 for terrace. Okay, and close it. Then after selecting this sulfate, just select the sulfate. Here portion is assigned to view and provide assigned to view. So sulfate is done for whole structure. Then for parapet load, just select the terrace floor plan, view selected object only, top view, and select the parapet plan. Okay, firstly select the load, select the parapet plan, assign to selected beam, assign it. Okay, so in 3D you can see the load and view whole structure. Second one is 21.6. It is the typical floor wall load. So select all the typical floor. So only select the typical floors. After selecting this typical floor, just go to the view selected object only. This load is in only outer plan, so inner plan just deselect it or again select the outer plan only from the beam cursor. Okay, in 3D you can see the outer plan is selected. Just provide it, assign to selected beam, then assign it. In 3D you can see the load is given. Same view whole structure, and then now the ground floor plan. So for ground floor plan, just select the ground floor, view selected object only, and this is the plan. select the outer beams, then we will select all the outer beams here, then assign it, select the load, assign to selected beam, assign it, then going to this one -3.5, assign to selected beam, assign it. Okay, here you can see on the ground floor the slab load distribution given in this ground floor plan, but our slab is in first to sixth floor. Then we just transfer this load on these beams on this level. So go to the whole structure, here go to the floor level, just double click on it and just give the define the Y range. So our Y range is from 4.1 meter or 1.1 meter to 25.2 meter. Then change it, close it. Then you can see here all loads are transferred from here. This is the typical floor. For terrace level, just double click on it, give the distance 25.2 and 30.2. This is the height, total height from the base. So you can see the load is transferred. For concentrate load, we can see our concentrate load is coming from the secondary beam. So wherever the secondary beam is means hang from the main beam, so we distribute this load on this main beam. So here we just go to the select our parallel to X, select beam parallel to Z. Okay, and then go to the view selected object only and top. Okay. So for the concentrate load, in floor plan you can see the some beams has no support of that secondary beam. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. These 6 beams not support the load of secondary beam. So we not select these beams and select other than select all the beams. So we not selected all the beams here. So we selected, just click on this, concentrate GY force, see here, just assign to selected beam, assign. So here first load will assign, for second load again select the second beam, assign to selected beam. So here in the section plan you can see the first is this one, second is this one. So G1, G2 like this. Then view all structure. So all load we want to assign in this beam. So we will assign. Just change in live load also. The distance is coming from 1.1 to 25.2. Just change it for the typical floor, and for the terrace floor it is from 25.2 to 30.2, and change it, close. Okay. Then see here in the blue color, this is the load assigned. Okay, and in the floor plan you see the load distribution in this one. So all load we will assign here. So this one is for the general terms. In the seismic definition we also add the member weight and the floor weight. So for this one we need not to be assigned like this. We just go to the state editor and edit our data. So we save our time from this. So just go to the state editor, and here the load, here we provide the dead and live load. So we just convert into our seismic definition. So select the member load. Firstly select the member load, all member load. Select it and Control C means copy it, and then go to the seismic definition, and from the seismic definition below the self-weight one just paste it, Control V, and here in place of member load we write member weight. Okay, wait, and again select all the member weight like this, Control C, select Control V. This is the member weight. Then for floor weight, just copy floor loads from live load and bed load. So floor load means floor weight. Okay, write floor weight. Same from live load, we copy it. Control C. And floor weight. There is Control V. Okay. Then in the seismic data, here we can see कि all our load are in negative because we provide manually, but in seismic data it automatically consider that the all load from the ground direction in the direction of gravity. So remove this minus sign from here. All minus sign you can remove. Okay, then we consider our live load as 50%. So just change it 50%. 50% means 0.75, and from live load only we just remove 50%. So our floor is 4 instead of 2 and 1.5 instead of 0.75. And we know that in the floor beam we just consider 50% load. So here 1.75, or here we can write 8.6. Then we want our all seismic load in x, minus x, z and minus z, it gives the values. So we just write here perform analysis, print load data. So after performing, it will print our load data from every load case. And just write here also. Just write here also. Just write here also. Okay, then Control S, save it. Then just check from here. So you can see here in zone is 0.16, reduction factor is this, important factor is 1.5, but here the damping ratio, is given is 5. So where in previous we can see the damping ratio is 5%, but here it is not considered. If we not change it, then it will show error. So just write 5% means 0.05 and the save it. Control S. So after this, after Control S, just remove it. Okay, then go to the analysis and print and perform analysis and close it. After this, just analyze the beam, run analysis and save it. Okay, here it gives you an error. So what error it will give? Just go to the here the member load, it gives the floor load is 0. Okay, then we can check. The geometry. So weight load is below 0.0, so we can check from the member weights. So all member weight is correct. Floor weight is okay. Then you again go to the STAAD editor and again see here. After copying our data, here some changes it will show here. So firstly we remove these changes. So just delete this. Okay, then again select the member load properly, because if we not select this properly, it will show error again. So again show, just remove this one, negative sign, all the negative sign we have to remove. 8.6, 1.6, 4.9. Okay, and from the member load, Control C, and Control S. Okay, because of the that error showing, it will not run properly. So here you can see our system is correct, so it will run properly. So all the forces and stresses calculate, then view output file. Done. In output file, whatever we provide here, it will show here, like deflection, bending moment, and something, load and its definition. So here you can see we provide a data for earthquake load in X direction. So here it will perform its analysis and design this give its data. So here you can see the seismic weight is 39,279, and on this calculation, in the seismic calculation, you can see from page number 5, here it will design manually and not provide the plates, so its calculation is too lengthy. So I was give this shortcut, not giving too much calculation, just provide it using plates. So here seismic weight calculation, it will calculate manually, and its weight is 39,286, and our weight is given is 39,279. It is nearly means minorly 5 to 6 kilonewton error it will show, but it will perform very effectively, because in a manual calculation there are some more error will be generated, but in this one no error will come. So this is our data. Then we can check our deflection. So go to the post processing. So result view option, enable automatic scaling, mode shapes like axial force, shear force, bending moment, torsion, stress, then apply it, then OK. So here you can see the deflection of this beam. So this is the deflection, maximum relative deflection. You can see here it is only 53 mm the deflection. This is from different load case. Okay, so this is the reaction part. Then again go to the modeling. If you want some load, if you want to use some load factors and something, so again go to the general, then go to the